All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right, Shalom. And in this lesson, I just want to, bring out some points and go into the fact that with us being in this truth, we're pretty much a target, okay? A target for the wicked elite, the ones that are currently in power, the ones that are calling all of the shots, the ones that are directly benefiting from the blessing. When you read the account of Genesis, the 27th chapter, it goes into Isaac giving Esau a blessing. So right now, these devils, mainly these wicked elite banking families, these small hatters, they're the ones that are directly benefiting from the blessing. So, and they know, that the prophets are back on the scene. Okay. As a matter of fact, real quick, to prove that, I want to grab Isaiah, the 13th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. And, this truth is a burden unto Babylon because of, this truth exposes, man. And this truth is exposing this devil at a very high level, man. All right. So, and ultimately with the prophets, bringing this truth out, it's ultimately destroying Babylon from the inside out. And these devils, like I said, these elite banking families, they understand this, man. Okay. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. The banner being the Holy Scriptures, man. This standard, okay. The words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the high mountain would represent Babylon, the great America. Ultimately, a mountain being symbolic to a government. Okay. It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So the nobles would be considered these elite banking families, man. The Rothschild dynasty, the Oppenheimers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, so on and so forth, man. All of these elite banking families would be considered the nobles. And they know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has risen up the prophets, man. Okay. As a matter of fact, I got another precept to prove that they're watching us, man. And the whole chapter of Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, is great, but I want to get to the point. Let's start at verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And, these devils, that's a part of their strength. They can write laws and legislations and pretty much do what they want. Okay. But, that's because they're in their power, but they're at the end of their power. Okay. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. Yeah, that's talking about ultimately the elect. And right now, as I speak, these devils are conjuring up a plan to come against the prophets, man. You see what's going on with the ICE raids, and they had these staged protests, and ultimately they're deeming everybody as domestic terrorists. They did that back in 2001 during the time of the Patriot Act, man. And now they're about to do the same thing. Okay, they're about to have another FF, right? A flag false, just say that in reverse. And ultimately, they're going to have a boogeyman. Right now, they got the Iranians as the boogeymen. They're talking about a retaliatory T attack from the U.S. getting involved and destroying those nuclear sites in Iran. So they're doing the same playbook going back to 9/11, man. So a major event is getting ready to take place And ultimately, we're going to be blamed for it at the end of the day. Just like during the time when Nero was in power and he blamed the true believers of Yahweh Shema Shai, well, he's about to do it again. Because, through the spirit, we believe that Donald T. Trump is Nero, is the reincarnation of Nero Caesar. And whenever y'all got time, go and look up the comparisons of Donald Trump and Nero Caesar, man. Okay, so these devils know damn well that the prophets is back, man. So they're afraid. So it says, because he is not for our turn. Yeah, we're not, for this world, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Malachi 1:4, Esau, Edom being the wicked. Okay, I already brought out the account of Genesis, the 27th chapter, with Esau being blessed, okay, with the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven, meaning dominion and the sword. Okay, so this devil is living out his blessing, man. That's why he's in power. Okay, but he's at the end of his power. So they're trying to do anything they can to cleave onto their power and establish themselves completely with their NWO. But it's going to be to no avail, man. All right. So we're not of this. We're not for this world. Like it says in Romans, the 12th chapter. Let me grab that real quick. Let's go to Romans, the 12th chapter and the 2nd verse. And be not conformed to this world. Right. This world, this current age, which is being ran by the wicked. This is his world, man. So we're not going to conform or pattern ourselves after wickedness, after this wicked world. Okay, after the wicked. We're not going to conform ourselves to his ways, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Right, and that's the real baptism. Okay, we got to, instead of us patterning ourselves after wickedness, we're patterning ourselves after righteousness, man. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. So it says, he is not for our turn. Yeah, we're not for this current rulership. We're not for this current world. Okay, we're looking past this world. We're looking ahead to the world to come, which is our world. Okay, the world of the Israelites, which is going to be ran by Yahweh Shai. His kingdom is getting ready to be established on the planet Earth, man. And that is when. And then that's going to be our turn. Okay. It says, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. Yeah, we get on this devil. We let him know that he's not right. And he's going to be destroyed for all of the blasphemy and all of the transgressions that he's done against Yahweh Shema Shai and the children of Israel, man. It says, an objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, right? And we do believe that we have the true knowledge, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why these devils is getting ready to roll on us. Because if we didn't really have the truth, they wouldn't waste their time with us, man. You don't see them fucking with the unconscious community. You don't see them fucking with, the likes of Sa-Netta. Even, these other Israelite camps. IUIC, they don't get their videos taken down, right? ISUPK. And these other, false Israelite camps, they don't get their videos taken down or their channels taken down, man. Okay. But when it comes to Great Millstone, they're constantly taking our channels down, our videos down. Okay. And we're the #1 target that they want to roll on, man. Now, don't get it twisted. They're going to roll on all these Israelite camps, but especially Great Millstone. Okay. Because we're the ones that's bringing the 100% truth, beginning with the apostles and the elder bishops on down. So it says he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, which we do 100%, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord, which we are. He was made to reprove our thoughts, which we do. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. Yeah, we don't even like the sight of this devil, and his wicked ass ways and his wicked ass philosophies, man. So we're ready for the Lord to X this nigga out, man. But first, he got to serve that 1,000 years of slavery up under us, man. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. Yeah, we're not of this world. Okay, we're pretty much moving, on a high level. Okay, the way that righteousness is established within the heavens. Okay, that's how we're moving. So we're not of this world, man. Okay, we're of another realm. And it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits, which they are. Those small hats over there in the land of Israel, they're counterfeits. They're not the true Israelites. That's why they call themselves Ish and Rayleigh, man, so on and so forth. And you got to read between the lines, man. I can't, I'm not going to say the exact term is Rayleighs. That's what they call themselves, man. Okay. Meaning being likened unto something. But so, yeah, they're counterfeit. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. Yeah, we stay far away from wickedness as possible. We stay far away from filthiness as we possibly can. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. And that's what we do. Okay, we understand that even in death, right, our works are going to follow us, man. And which I'm going to bring those scriptures. Okay. So it says he pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed. Yeah, because like it says in the next chapter, which I'm going to get that next, our hope is full of immortality, man. And we understand if we endure to the end, that's how we're going to be delivered, man. Like it says in Matthew, the 24th chapter and the 13th verse. It says, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father, which he is. So this is the point right here that I wanted to get, because I made a statement, and which is the reason why I brought out Isaiah the 13th chapter. These devils are watching us, man. They know who we are, right? Like brothers was doing the experiments on Chat GPT. When you type in Great Millstone, it tells you that we're a camp of that we're very astute when it comes to the scriptures, when it comes to prophecy. Okay, we're pretty much the prominent group when it comes to that, man. Okay. So it says, let us see if his words be true. So they're getting ready to try us, man. And ultimately, this is the Heavenly Father that's going to try us using his sword, using the left hand. Okay. And our faith is going to be tested, but we got to endure, even unto death. And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. So see, it says, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Right? So that's the mindset of these devils, man. But it's all good. Going into Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. Before I get that, let's go back to Matthew, the 5th chapter, and verse 10. So it's a blessing that we're hated for this truth. It's a blessing that these devils is getting ready to persecute us because we're teaching the scriptures the correct way. And how do we know that it's a blessing? Well, right here in Matthew, the 5th chapter and the 10th verse, it says, blessed are they. So it says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Yeah, the only thing we do is go out to the highways and byways and we read the scriptures. And we bring out articles, we bring out information, right? And we link it to the scriptures. Like it says in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter and the 1st verse. Ultimately, we're measuring the times. That's all we're doing. We ain't doing nothing extra. And these devils is losing their shit. They're losing their minds. So that's how we know that we have the truth. So it says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. So we're about to be persecuted just for teaching the Bible, for righteousness' sake. But guess what? Hey, there's nothing new under the sun. As the prophets of old did, when you read in the book of Acts, okay, and other different accounts, it goes into how we've always been persecuted for teaching the truth. So that's how we know that we have the truth here at Great Millstone. We're the #1 most hated camp of all Israelite camps. Okay, they say that we're the lowest of the low. But that's because we have the truth. We have the 100% truth, and we're coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, verse 11. And that's the spirit is 1044. Yahweh Shema Sharatazah, man. Okay. Matthew 5 and 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Yeah, the slander, right? Like these other Israelite camps like IUIC. And these ISUBK, calling us grapers, and bearing false witness against us because we have the truth. That's all right, man. That's why it says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. They don't have any type of records, any type of receipts of us, being grapers or whatever, right? But guess what? That's all going to come back on their own head, man. Okay? It says, rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, you see? And that's what keeps us going, man. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Okay, so there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, so just like they persecuted the prophets of old, they're going to persecute us. But it's all good, man. Now, when you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, before that, it's a lot, man. Before that, let's go to